You might ask why a member of the royal family doesn't get to be called a princess when her father is a prince. We had a similar revelation too when we learned that Lilibet, Prince Harry's daughter, is not called a princess, so we'll relate the details to that and beyond in this episode of our royal mini-documentary series. Hello and welcome to Royal Unusual, where we share unusual facts and interesting events of the royal family. I'm your host, and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, known as the recent troublemakers of the British royal family, have delightfully announced the birth of their second child on June 6, 2021. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex officially informed the public that the royal baby was born on June 4th at the Cottage Hospital of Santa Barbara and was named Lilibet Lily Diana Mountbatten Windsor. As the most senior one to be born overseas, Lilibet's name and its central base are quite interesting. The baby is believed to be called Lily by the Sussex family, yet her first name remarkably comes from her great-granny, Her Majesty the Queen. Moreover, her middle name Diana was possibly given to honor Prince Harry's late mother Diana Spencer, Princess of Wales. Queen Elizabeth had her nickname Lilibet rumored to be first and frequently recalled by her grandfather George V, also used by her late father King George VI, Prince Philip the Duke of Edinburgh, and other close family members. For that exact reason, Lilibet crucially drew the attention of the public onto her parents after the scandalous interview with Oprah Winfrey, where the royal couple talked about the potential racial thoughts of the royal family and such other familiar crazies deposed by some family members. Apart from her name, there's another major detail on Lilibet Diana, being whether she became entitled as a princess or not. In fact, though her father Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, had his disputable exit from his royal duties, he is still under the name of His Royal Highness and thus is still a prince. However, Lilibet is not a princess, just like her elderly brother Archie, who didn't have the opportunity to be bestowed on HRH and prince titles. Yet, all hope is not lost as the situation appears to be temporary, although the children will have to wait for the heartbreaking news from the Queen. For Lily to become a princess, her grandfather Charles the Prince of Wales has to be the king. In plain English, prince and princess titles could only be given to the children upon the death of Queen Elizabeth II. Alternatively, she may also abdicate from the throne. However, we believe that circumstance has the least chance of occurrence as she repeatedly shows her dislike of abdications and believes the previous abdication caused the death of her late father, King George VI. As previously mentioned, Lilibet and her brother Archie will automatically have the right to carry the titles after the regnal investiture of Charles, the Prince of Wales. Here's a fun fact. Despite not being a princess, Lily is the 8th royal in the line of succession, placing Prince Andrew to the 9th on the line. So you could see that royal titles do not affect the line of succession at all. Now let's move on to the reason why Lily is not a princess for the time being. The actual reason has been grounded very early by a legal document, the George V Convention. This convention takes off letters patent issued by the king in 1917, which is a legal document to express the royal will of a monarch. In that convention, it was exclusively declared that the HRH titles are only designated for the children of the sovereign, the grandchildren in the male line, and the eldest son of the Prince of Wales, being the third person in the succession line. Therefore, in moderate conditions, royals in the succession line, leading after Prince George, are not supposed to be princes nor princesses. On the contrary, Meghan Markle stated she foresaw that her children Archie and Lilibet may not have the chance to get these titles at all and be denied of being a prince and princess due to the racial concerns of the royal family. However, we see a conflict between the Duchess's statements and the official documents regarding the convention on the title bestowments of the royal family. Therefore, many royal experts commented on the conflict, saying that Meghan may not have known of the convention, though the same cannot be said for Prince Harry, as he must have strictly known of the convention. Indeed, Meghan remembered about the convention during the Oprah interview and corrected herself on the rules the following way. Conversely, we believe we can support Meghan's thoughts to some extent of the problems behind the convention and updates on some other statuses. The reason is that, although the convention also applies to the other children of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge except for Prince George, the HRH titles of Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis are also secured after the personal intervention of Queen Elizabeth in 2013, claiming that the Cambridge children are the only great-grandchildren to carry the titles. So, an exception to the royal proclamation was in order. In a nutshell, Lilibet Diana, the 11th great-grandchild of Her Majesty the Queen, will not be granted the princess title unless Prince Charles becomes king through an abdication or sadly the death of Queen Elizabeth. Again to mention, this is due to the convention set in 1917, issued on the entitlement processes of prince and princess titles. Thanks for watching. If you have come this far and liked our content, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, and ringing that notification bell so that you would never miss our weekly content. Until next time, have a great day.